Thank you guys for being here. Oh my gosh, it's been a minute and I've missed you guys. I wanted to come on and just kind of talk about a few different things, a few little updates, and a few new things as well. Sorry, I don't know why I had to, like, while I was talking, spray bug spray, but I'm outside and the light from the computer has bugs everywhere. Like, I wonder if you could see them. No, but hello, you guys. Good to see you all. I have missed you, and I hope you guys have had a good Labor Day. We can't see the freaking mosquitoes, but they're crazy. Okay. No, I'm not going to remove myself. Wolfie, thank you for being a member for 50 months. Oh my gosh, love you back. And let me say hello to you guys. Like, I've started to not do that at the beginning of all my lives for the replay viewers, but it's been a minute. I've missed you guys. So, hey, Coffee, good to see you. Hey, Jesus Love Witches. Well, actually, I was live last night on Melissa's channel. We started back with our Casey Anthony stuff. And then the night before on Jen's channel for the last calls ever. And Melissa actually came up with us, but haven't been over here for a few days. Hey, Lisa. We had football on Friday. Hey, Seven. Hey, Tess. Neat. Hey, Becky P. Harley. I'm happy you're getting notifications too. Hey, a condo in the hood. Hey, butterfly kisses. Okay, so hey, Lisa, this is going to be kind of like our true crime news, but also just hanging out. I want to talk about a couple new cases, a couple updates. Let's start with updates. This one's pretty quick and there's nothing definitive, but it's very interesting, and we talked a lot about this. So, bones found during the FBI search for Travis Decker. Remember, he has been accused of killing his 3 daughters. He had them for a few hours on the weekend days, and their mom had been begging for help, begging that this visits were supervised. She knew that he was not himself. He had PTSD. He had been in the service and stuff. But let's look at this article. We don't know. There's, like I said, nothing definitive yet. But bones were discovered Thursday during the ongoing manhunt for Travis Decker, a man accused of killing his children earlier this year. According to a report by the Wenatchee World, investigators discovered bones in Chelan County, Washington, while conducting their ongoing search for Decker. He's thought in connection to the deaths of his 3 young daughters earlier this year. The bones were found during the grid search by one of the 100 personnel. It was inconclusive at the time if they were animal or human. So it was sent off to Central Washington University in their anthropology department to do a confirmation. We certainly have not lost sight of the importance of this case, not only to the family, but to our community. So I know that a lot of people are waiting for answers. You know, I'm really curious if it's him. I don't know. I have a feeling it's not, but I'm probably totally wrong. I just assumed that he would know how to survive out there. Hey, Petunia. I don't think I said hi to you. Hey, Midnight Lace. It's finally cooled down in Florida a bit. Oh my gosh, Kimberly. I don't know what's going on here. There's so many out here, like more than usual. They better not get my damn lemonade because it is so good. I've been keeping up as much as I could on this one. Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see what's going to happen. I'm so happy to see one of my creators decided to do a live today. Well, I'm happy to see you. Even says, hi, everyone. They are already. What? Which part? Okay. The next thing. Let's talk about this for a minute. This bothered me this week. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys have followed this closely. This is not a case that I covered on the channel in depth. And honestly, I never probably will because of all of the bullshit surrounding it. I think it's a shame, but a lot of the stuff that's happened has, it's like, this case was talked about all the time, and then that injunction happened and all the things with the restraining order with Bullhorn Betty and all that. And it's like, Now it's never talked about, and it's so sad. And it's been 18 months. This is just sad. So it says, I've never lost hope. Father demands answers 18 months after teen Sebastian Rogers disappeared. He says, I've got a lot of memories of my son, but I'm not done making memories. And that's the point. Now, let's just watch it. This is sad. And look, people can feel how they feel. Listen, on my channel, we're not going to bash any of the parents. I find that absolutely disgusting. This is not something to laugh at, to make fun of, to put them down for how they're dealing with this. If you've never had a missing child, you don't really have a place to judge their behavior. Here's the thing. There's no evidence, according to police, that either one of the parents or any of the three parents were involved. And that's just that. And if they were, police are going to handle it. And when there's an arrest, then I'll be willing to discuss their behavior and stuff. Until then, absolutely not. I find that so heartless and disgusting. I really do. So here we go. It makes me mad.
My name is Dr. Stephen Park with Same Day Smile. Most important thing for me is for them to feel like I'm their friend. I'm on their side to help them achieve their dream of having a brand new smile. Procedure called All on 4 is the major focus of our practice.
Harley, we ended up getting a bug zapper, but it just doesn't work. Like, you know, it really doesn't.
More thrilled. And Dr. Park, you know, what he...
Sorry.
Anybody?
Okay.
I've never lost hope. My son is missing. He is not dead.
18. I want to know where all the people were, though, because it seems like he was kind of there and alone. And I want to know where are all the people who, you know, who were there for him, you know, and used him for whatever their own purposes were.
Months later, and the mystery remains about what happened to this young man, Sebastian Rogers. The now 16-year-old seemingly vanished from his Hendersonville home in February of 2024. Patsy Montesino spoke with Sebastian's father, who is keeping the faith his son is still alive.
I want answers. Where's my son?
This father's love.
Here's the thing. He's out at the sheriff's department demanding answers. It's been 18 months. He says, you know, nobody's been arrested. He hasn't been found. What the hell is going on? I can imagine it's like, are you even working on this case anymore? Just like with Summer Wells. Where is she? You know, I don't know. I just hope that they're found.
Keeps his
but for the people who do like to say Seth, you know, try to accuse Seth, so he's bold enough to go to the sheriff's department and protest that they arrest someone or they find the answers. I mean, it makes no sense. Whatever.
Efforts to find his son going. Sebastian Rogers went missing in February of 2024.
I've got a lot of memories of my son.
Thank you.
But I'm not done making memories, and that's the point.
During the first few weeks, there were massive search efforts looking for the autistic teen. But as time passed, they stopped. Now his dad, Seth Rogers, feels frustrated with law enforcement. He says they're not doing enough.
Nobody's been arrested.
Here.
And my son hasn't been found.
That's why he's standing outside the Sumner County Sheriff's Office.
So I can look at that window, so I can see them if they come out.
Joined by others.
I mean, my God, that is just so sad to me. So there were a few people with him, but look, we cannot imagine the desperation. Can you imagine? You haven't seen your child for 18 months. You don't have a clue where they are. And they have medical needs that, you know, would need to be addressed by over that period of time. And you're at the point where you're standing outside of the sheriff's office begging for answers. Like, God, that just is freaking heartbreaking to me.
Supporters.
I am part of Team Sebastian. I just want answers. The community deserves to have answers.
Demanding another agency like the FBI get involved. I reached out to the Sumner County Sheriff with these concerns. In a statement, he said this is an active investigation. He says they continue to follow leads and coordinate with the FBI and TBI. He asked you to share the official Amber Alert poster and call them with any information as quickly as you can.
I think about Sebastian every single day, and it has gone on for way too long now. When we reached the 1-year anniversary, I couldn't believe it. And the fact that we're almost 2 years into it is so sad.
Those outside the office hope that by showing up, they can bring more attention to Sebastian's case and find any information that may lead to him.
I've never lost hope. My son is missing. He is not dead.
Seth says he will stay outside.
Can you imagine? Oh, God. I don't know. I wanted to talk about this because, number one, I don't like the way that he's treated. And I can understand not agreeing with somebody's actions always and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, his child's missing. Katie's child is missing. Chris's child is missing. Police have no evidence against any of them. It's been 18 months. You know, you barely hear about him being missing anymore. That's one of the reasons I just wanted to chat with you guys about it tonight. And let me grab, hold on. 1 second. You know, I told you guys before, my sister-in-law is the vice principal at his school. And I'll never forget when he first went missing, she had reached out to me about it. I mean, I truly believe their entire community cares and wants to find him. And I want him to be found too. I just wanted to talk about it with you guys for a moment. So let me check on you and I'll leave that up. It must be a sickening feeling. I cannot imagine either midnight lace. I feel like, how do you even get out of bed? Seriously. You know, and you'll hear people criticizing, and not just him. Think about, even I was guilty of it with the Wells family, and I still make it just, I cannot believe. But it must be hard to even put your clothes on and get out of bed and face the world. You know, and we hear people criticize all of these parents for all of these missing kids. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. They said this. Why aren't they doing that? Can you imagine how hard it is for them to do that? I mean, and it's never enough. You know, they don't say anything, and it's, why aren't they saying anything? They do say something. Oh, I don't like them saying this, that. Let me pick apart this. I mean, what's the right answer? What are they supposed to do? Can we get like an outline of how they should act and what they're supposed to do? At the end of Vindy and Allie's live the other night, I know this is a really hard time. Yeah. I still can't believe we're done with the calls, but you know, I'm glad that we are. I can't even imagine having my child missing and then getting bashed. Yeah, it's so sad. And like I said, it doesn't really matter what you do. You could not talk at all. You could get a YouTube channel. Oh my God, why are they trying to create a channel? Why are they not on a channel? Like, truly. We are judging someone on the worst time of his life. It's so wrong, right? So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. And especially because it's been a minute since I've been on. I want to start coming on every day again. And I didn't know what to, I had so many different things I wanted to talk about and little things that had happened. And I thought, we'll just throw it all together, but not like true crime news, because we get through a lot more when we talk true crime news, but just a few things. I definitely want to talk about Stephen Stern's parents. I think tomorrow well, depending on when we talk Casey Anthony with Melissa, I want to talk about the body cam. I want to talk about some recent interviews and things that they've said and done. Yeah, you never win. Oh my God, the buttocks. Tomorrow I'm planning better and I will be inside. Because one just literally went in my mouth. Okay. It's okay though. Happy Labor Day. Did you guys grill out today, by the way, or anything like that? My dad made some awesome food. And also that just makes me think, like, going through the holidays with your child missing, any holiday, it's just too much. We put a lot on people like that, and I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I'm always going to make mistakes, but I really want to try to. I don't want to stop talking true crime. I've been back and forth about this because there's sometimes I'm like, God, I don't even want to talk about true crime anymore. I just want to look at it on my own, but I don't want to do that. I still want to talk true crime. It's important for me to do it in a certain way, with some compassion for all the people involved, right? And it's hard. By the way, speaking of that, there are other things I want to talk about. I'm going to share my second channel. Hey, NK, I want to start reviewing some LCU stuff. I think this is it. And I created a TikTok. I can't drop the link because I don't have it. But if you're interested, you can look up Allie Does Whatever. And I've been sharing like little snacks and stuff, and just like clips of like new stuff I see that I'm like, ooh, I want to try, or I do buy to try. And it's been fun. And the videos, like, surprisingly, one has like 70,000, one has 100,000. There's a couple with 5,000. So I definitely want to continue to do that. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I have a main TikTok account, but I'm up in the air with that too. But with the snacks, I definitely want to do that some more. It's so bizarre to me. How far could he have gotten on foot without being seen on a camera? I don't know. It is a mystery. You're right, Kimberly. But look, camera, it's not 100%. Number one, sometimes the camera may not even pick up the motion. And I tested this at the time with the cameras in my house. I have a camera in my living room, and sometimes it's like the person who triggers it isn't caught. It's like it turns on at that time, and it's like if people were walking in a line, the first person who triggered it may not be on the video footage. So, I don't know. Pumpkin cheesecake bars, but I missed that. That sounds good. It is a damned if you do, damned if you don't, Kimmy. But at the end of the day, MK, good to see you. He's still missing. I hope he's found. My God, just like with Summer, the new, let me share that really quick before we move on. There's some other things I want to talk about, but there's some new. I shouldn't talk and do things at the same time. There is a new age progression photo, and I've shared it on the community tab, but let me share it with you guys now. Dawn, apparently I don't think I even watched this. It looks like he spoke to the news. Maybe I did, and I don't remember. In June, at the 4-year mark. Oh my God. People are never satisfied with these age progression photos, but at least it's something. This one doesn't have it. Wow. Candace has only spoken on camera once. She declined to be interviewed right before we began. she wanted to, but all that fear started creeping up, of what happened, in the beginning with the social media and everything, hunting us down everywhere we go and trying to basically ruin us everywhere we go. And she's just having nightmares, he said. It's very bad. And when you add the social media pressure, all of them saying we're suspects or whatever, oh my God, it just adds to it. It's like a living nightmare. I would do my coverage very differently of this case now, but I will say I have a couple of short videos on my channel. It was disgusting. I remember calling it out, and I've made a couple of videos like them going to Don's work, screaming outside, making him lose that particular job. And I'm not even going to repeat what was said, but some of the things that were said as if Candace did it, like very violent, graphic things screamed. It was terrible. So I can see why she feels that way, but that's freaking sad. And that's probably how Katie Proudfoot feels. Honestly. TBI releases new age progression image of Summer Wells. Here it is. The image was created by a forensic artist with the National Center for Missing and Exploited.
Love slots? The DraftKings Casino app's got you covered.
Whoa.
They got tons of slots to choose from, like Puff and More Puffs, plus new ones exclusive to
Right,
DraftKings.
that's
All
coming
these
from.
options, I feel like a slot machine. Winner, winner, early bird dinner.
All players get 14 days of spins on the house with Huff and More Puff slots. DraftKings Casino. The crown is
Dude,
yours.
where is that noise coming from?
We hit the jackpot. You mean we? Ain't no we, ain't never gonna be no we. Let's go on somewhere.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys.
Much needed rain.
Jeez. I just wanted to share this. Again, no one's ever satisfied. I don't know what she would look like. I'm certainly not like better than the experts with Nick Mac at creating, sorry, these freaking bugs, at creating something like this. But I'm sorry, Brandy. It doesn't sound right. Hey, Andy. Our cameras pick up every damn thing. Ours even know and recognize our dog is in the backyard. Wow. Well, those are some high quality cameras. Hey, LG. Oh my gosh, good to see you guys. We barbecued chicken, lamb, shoulder, steak, and sausage, corn, onions, mushrooms, sweet peppers, etc. That's awesome, Harley. We had steak, potatoes, corn on the cob, sausage. You might be right, Kimberly. He might be close to home. I don't know. All I know is, it's good that people aren't bashing as much as they used to, because now creators just bash each other that we're covering the case. But also it's really sad that you don't really hear once the drama stops with these cases, like with the Summer Wells, the same thing. Another case come along with more drama that interested more people, and when that stops, people just stop talking about it. They're on to the next, and these kids are still missing. Freaking sad. My Ring camera is weird like that too. Every once in a while it misses people. Yeah, same here. Yum, homemade lasagna. All right. I've thought this age progression was that correction officer who helped that convict. Huh? Care Bear. I don't know. I don't know what she would look like. I think that, to me, I could see both. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people who criticize this stuff, they don't know better than the experts. So anyone with information is asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. All right. So now I want to get into something that I'm still trying to figure out. So did you guys hear about the 11-year-old who gave birth at home? Hey, Amber. Oh, yes, Rachel, I remember that. Now I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name, but I do remember what you're talking about. Okay, so 11-year-old, when it first hits the news, we hear that this 11-year-old child gave birth at home. With this, they DNA testing the stepfather and stuff like that, and apparently it was the stepfather's child. Now he's been arrested, mom's been arrested, and the grandma's been arrested. But another article says the neighbor, and I'm curious if that's the grandma. I don't know, but let's walk through it and try to make sense of it. Hey, Jonesy. A little. I heard someone talking about it the other day. Freaking sad. All right, so Oklahoma man charged after 11-year-old girl gives birth at home. He's facing charges of child sexual molestation after an 11-year-old girl in his orbits gave birth in her home, and her mother is accused of enabling the abuse in a case that a local assistant district attorney called possibly the most serious I have ever prosecuted. So Dustin Walker, he's 34 years old, was arrested Monday after a DNA test confirmed he was the father of the newborn at the center of the case. The woman charged alongside him, the parent of the newborn's underage mother, is 33. And as is the outlet's policy, the Guardian is not identifying her or describing her relationship to Walker to protect the identity of the abuse victim in the case. Walker and the woman had initially been arrested on one count each of felony child neglect after the 11-year-old gives birth to a full-term baby. I think the baby was like 36 weeks. It might be in what we're going to look at her home on August 16th. The two adults allegedly claimed that they did not know the girl was pregnant, despite the fact that the minor was rather petite and her newborn was of normal size. The DA, Jennifer Huston, said to the news station that the abuse victim had not been to the doctor in more than a year, preventing physicians or nurses who may have encountered her from detecting her pregnancy and being required to report it. According to Huston's remarks, KWTV, the 11-year-old either was not in school or may have been homeschooled, further ensuring the pregnancy went unnoticed. After a DNA test established he was the newborn's father, Walker on Monday was met with an additional count accusing him of sexually abusing the 11-year-old beginning in January, resulting in her giving birth, as the court records reported on by NBC noted. Also, they tacked on an enabling abuse count with her mom. The child is traumatized. That is so fucking sad. And you know she is. I cannot imagine. Can you imagine having a baby at 11 and not just having a baby, having the baby at home? Childbirth fucking sucks. It is painful. It is stressful. Imagine being 11 with how closed your mind is to the world and to life experiences, and just I cannot. I can't wrap my mind around it. It's sad. This kind of reminds me of Maddie Soto, and I'm thankful that the mom and the baby are okay. You know, because this could have ended very differently if you think about it like that. Hey, Kelly. It is horrific. The child is traumatized. She's been through a horrific ordeal. Not only has somebody gotten her pregnant, but she gave birth at home without medical assistance, and this will be her life for the rest of her life. Walker and the 33-year-old woman are also accused of neglecting 5 other children in their care since at least January. These kids are between the ages of 2 and 9. Okay, so now we're going to go to this. Let's see. This is when the grandmother, okay, so we're going to walk through a couple things. In this video, it's like 2 minutes. The grandmother claims she doesn't know about the pregnancy. In this one, they're going to just touch on the fact that she was arrested. And then in this article, it says neighbor. And it confused me because I'm like, is this the grandma? I don't know. So let's watch through these together. Here we go.
I went to Dustin Walker's house. The assistant district attorney said the 11-year-old lived there with him, her stepfather, and biological mother, Cherie.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
House. The assistant district attorney said the 11-year-old lived.
Number one, piece of shit, mom. I'm sorry, but you are your baby's protector. Let me tell you what, I will be a fierce protector of my kids and any other kids around me. I cannot imagine. I can't imagine. And then this motherfucker, look at him. I'm sorry, but people that are capable of this, I truly feel they don't deserve ever have another chance to be in society. I do believe with all my heart that if they were given that chance, they would offend again, and probably even in a more extreme way. And yeah, I'm just all about put every single pedophile and any mom who allows it, your daughter gets pregnant and I just cannot put them on an island, keep them there forever, lock them up, throw away the key. I don't give a fuck. Truly, I don't care if they live to see another day. These people don't get better. They never get better. And we're always hearing about people committing murder after they've done something like this, and somehow they get away or get out of it.
There with him, her stepfather, and biological mother, Cherie.
Thank you.
Her next door neighbor shouted to me nobody was home, so I talked to her instead.
This is getting to me, and I've talked. I said, they're not doing nothing. They're not helping them kids, and I've called.
While I spoke with Cheryl Atkins, I noticed this lady filming across the street, but I continued on with the interview.
They have no running water for the last 2 or 3 years.
No running water for the last 2 or 3 years. Wood chipper therapy. Yep, I'm right there with you. Okay. Look, I know shit happens, okay, with the running water. Like, I'm not saying, look, people might have a time when something gets cut off and you have to scramble to get it back on or whatever. 2 or 3 years? No, dude. These kids need baths. You need to hands wash.
They have dogs in the house. They have cats in the house. 6 children.
When we got to the home, there was some trash in the yard, a broken window, and a bungee cord holding the door locked.
The oldest is 11, and everybody else is younger.
Once Atkins and I finished our conversation, I approached the woman who's filming.
Hi there.
I found out her name was Michelle, and the 11-year-old's grandmother.
We didn't know this was happening.
We didn't know.
None of us.
How do you think your granddaughter got pregnant?
So grandma was filming. Hold up. Okay.
This was happening. None of us.
How do you think your granddaughter got pregnant?
She keeps telling us that it was the little 12-year-old boy that I used to keep. I babysat.
You lying bitch. I'm sorry. At this point, maybe I need to take a chill pill, but the way that it took a second, I'm sorry. I don't believe it.
She keeps telling us.
How do you think your granddaughter got pregnant?
Look down. Are you ashamed?
She keeps telling us that it was the little 12-year-old boy that I used to keep. I babysat.
Sure.
She keeps telling everybody that it was him. They got curious. That's all I know.
I spoke to Muskoge's assistant district attorney, Janet Hudson.
It's our understanding the child had not seen a doctor in over 1 year.
They keep saying that we knew about my granddaughter's pregnancy, and we did not.
And now she's been arrested for it, okay? And B-Crumbs, there is nothing that will bring Spicy Amy out of me like fucking pedophiles. I'm sorry. And people who sit there and allow it or do nothing about it or look the other way. Y'all know that. I'm sorry.
First got word of this case, what was your initial reaction? I was horror stricken to find out that it's an 11-year-old little girl who's given birth and that she had no medical care and she had no one to be with her.
This is getting to me. And I've talked, I said, they're not doing nothing. They're not helping them kids. And I've called about the dogs, called about the children.
The assistant district attorney tells me a paternity test has been conducted, and she expects the results within 2 weeks.
Okay, so now let's go over here.
We now have an update on the case regarding
I haven't seen that Law and Crime video. Maybe we'll skip over to that for a second. I don't want to watch like their commentary with each other, but sometimes there will be information that, you know, I hadn't seen before in some of their longer videos.
11-year-old in Muskogee who gave birth earlier this month.
Nobody, not even the neighbors. They say things, but they don't know what was going on.
I'm Isabel Flores with 2 News Oklahoma. You just heard from the 11-year-old's grandmother, Michelle Justice, who we spoke to in an exclusive interview last week. She has just been placed under arrest for child neglect. This comes after it was found through a paternity test that the 11-year-old's stepfather was found to have a 99% DNA match to the baby she birthed.
I live next door. I have witnessed them go back and forth to their mama's house across the street. She has provided for their needs.
Thank you.
Because they have no running water for the last 2 or 3 years.
Last week, I spoke with a neighbor who lives next to the house the 11-year-old and her siblings were removed from. She believes the entire family knew what was happening. The child's stepfather, Dustin Walker, and her mother, Cherie Walker, were also arrested last week on child neglect charges, according to an affidavit filed in Muskogee County.
And more
Authorities
now.
say the parents failed to provide medical care for their 11-year-old daughter, who was 36 weeks pregnant and delivered inside the home. Both parents claimed they didn't know she was pregnant. The child had not seen a doctor in over a year.
You know what? I won't play Law and Crime. There's like a couple other cases I had that I wanted to just talk about briefly. So we'll just.
The district attorney's office confirmed Justice faces 6 counts of child neglect. The affidavit states Justice lived across the street from her granddaughter, saw her almost daily, and was in regular contact.
And said she's a caretaker. So I truly believe the neighbor is her because the article says caretaker as well. But
including the day she gave birth. It also states Justice cared for 5 other children in the same home.
Okay, she failed to report the pregnancy to authorities. Then we have this. Neighbor charged after failing to report 11-year-old's pregnancy. Court document says the neighbor lives across the street. She was the caretaker for, yeah, it has to be her. They don't name her for some reason. So I wouldn't think another person, like another neighbor, is a caretaker who's also been arrested. But again, I don't know for sure. So just wanted to talk about that with you guys for a second. Hey, 307, Miss Troy. Yes, they did arrest Grandma. Yep. How terrifying living that child's life. No doubt, Cray Cray. It's like, Maddie, you know? Really? Can you imagine? No wonder Maddie was going to school and drawing pictures of little girls crying and sleeping at school or keeping her head down all the time or crying at school or always looking depressed. No fucking wonder. That's why, no. I have nothing for them. Stephen Stearns, put him on the island with these 2. Get rid of them forever. I'm going to follow this because I want to know what happens. I want to know how much time they get. And I'm telling you, if it's something, I don't think I'm going to feel like it's enough just because what would be enough unless it's life in prison. I don't think it will be good enough, but we're going to watch it and we're going to find out. That was Mom. Yeah. On the right, this is horrible. I hope the girl and her baby are somewhere safe. Me too. That's why I was thinking, like, if Law and Crime showed her and she has to go on and live her life, the baby has to grow up and live their life. Like, that's not cool. Neglect, Boo Sheep. Thank you, B Crumbs. It's so sad, Elle. It really is. All right. So there was another one I wanted to talk about. I was going through like crime online, and honestly, every time I go and look for headlines, like I'm just so sad and disgusted. That's one of the reasons why the title and the thumbnail is what it is, because it never stops. It's the hot car deaths. It's the preachers and the teachers and people like that being accused of messing with little kids. It's, parents hurting their kids, neglect everywhere. CPS failed here. CPS failed here. It's nonstop. People have no idea how much this shit happens. Matter of fact, I used to do a series here where we would go through and just look at like a bunch, all the things happening, like in the last week, all the headlines we could find, and just not skim, we would read them, but not go too in depth to each individual case, and show like how often this shit is happening. So at the end here, we're going to flip through it just for a second, but thank you, Peanut Butter Conspiracy. Not to mention the Sebastian Rogers case, which I knew I wanted to show that update. I'm just disgusted with what I've seen. And I debated showing, replaying some of the things I had seen regarding the coverage of that update. And then I thought, no, hell no, that's not worth it. I'm not going to do that. And honestly, I just wouldn't want to replay those how it was disgusting. So, but I did want to definitely like make it clear how I felt about it, and try to encourage, everybody to give all the parents a little bit of grace. But dude, yes, we should be, Crumbs, because there's there's an update, and then there was constantly seeing that too. That I wanted to talk about anyways. Okay. Teenager, now this is kind of crazy. Harris County teen accused of torturing 8-year-old brother. So I think it was in February. We're going to read through and it'll tell us that this little boy was murdered. Now his sister and her boyfriend have been arrested for it. And it's just sad that this kind of stuff happens. But okay, so a 17-year-old girl. I'm going to go back after this and I'll show you like the pictures of the girl and her boyfriend. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm thinking of too many things at one time. Let me just read through this and then we'll get there. A 17-year-old girl was arrested Wednesday and accused of torturing and fatally injuring her 8-year-old brother earlier this year. Carol Walker was charged with injury to a child causing serious bodily injury, according to Harris County court records. Walker is the second person charged in connection to the death of the child, identified as CW in court documents. In February, her boyfriend was charged with the same crime. Walker and Stallings are accused of abusing the young boy. Oh, here's the mugshot. Over the course of several days in February at home in Highlands area of East Harris County, north of Baytown. The boy was beaten with a blunt object, according to charging documents. So here's the sister. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, February. The abuse was discovered February 10th when deputies were called Houston Methodist Baytown Hospital because of a report of a boy with several injuries to his body. Stallings allegedly told doctors that the boy had suffered injuries in a fall. He died on the 15th after spending several days in critical condition, according to the ME's records. Stallings was arrested March 4th, but Walker was not initially named as a suspect. She was arrested by a violent criminals apprehension team on Wednesday. She's still in high school and lives with her parents, a public defender said during the probable cause hearing on Thursday morning. She didn't have a defense attorney, and if convicted, she could be sentenced to life in prison and fined up to $10,000. Like, this is crazy. I don't know. If you do spend any time looking into what is actually happening in this world, I don't know how, but you'll never not be like absolutely just stunned and shocked and heartbroken. So here was the first article I read that led me to that article. And then let me show you guys what led me here. So I was on Crime Online going through. Let's just look through. Maybe we'll do a true crime news and actually read through. See, there's the Travis Decker article I read, but maybe we'll go through and just read through a bunch of them like we used to sometime this week. But let me just show you what in the hell is going on in this world. Okay. Oh, a Colorado man tried to run over his ex-girlfriend's mom. Okay. Developing college stunt team student's baby found dead, stashed bag in a closet. Police discovered deceased baby in her closet. A missing Maryland teen's phone disabled SUV found abandoned. Dakara Thompson, 19. I would click on this article, but her picture will disappear. But if you're in the area, you might want to take a screenshot or look into this. Keep an eye out. All right. Alphabet serial killer. I thought this was interesting. He claims 26 more women that he murdered. There's a murder at Burning Man. Missing. Autistic, nonverbal 5-year-old boy vanishes in the middle of the night. I never realized until Sebastian's case how many autistic kids, what do they call it? Eloping. They run. Sometimes I guess I don't know if it's like the energy they can't get out. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to know. But it happens a lot. And you would be surprised if you looked into it, how many run and how many end up drowning. Really sad. So this is in Arkansas. He went missing Monday. He's 5 years old. His name's Lucian Schickler. And he vanished from Arkadelphia at 4 a.m. The other details haven't been provided, but if you see him, contact police. Beautiful boy. Murder suspect arrested. Texas man fatally shoots 11-year-old prankster in the back. Tate brothers suing Meta and TikTok. Okay. Someone arrested in Mexico for the murder of this young lady, Emma Schaefer. He did have some beautiful eyes. I hope he's found too. Excuse me, you guys. Here's our Oklahoma grandmother arrested. Accused killer arrested in Peru. Wife's body found and dumped in California forest. I got to spray more bug spray. Hold up. Fatal fire happens, but they rule it a tragic accident. A Florida man arrested on a domestic violence charge. Mega church pastor. This is one of I was just telling, this is what I was thinking of when I just said the preachers and the freaking teachers and the coaches that are messing with kids. Former mega church pastor caught in Florida after child sex abuse indictment in Massachusetts. Wow, surprise. Like people that we're supposed to trust with our kids or trust in general. Whew. Murder suicide in New Hampshire. Missing mom. This is the child abuse case from Arizona. Apparently the abuse goes back a lot further than they may have initially thought. Hot car again. How many? I want to know how many have happened this year, because it's all the time. I've seen so many, and it's every year. If you go back to the end of last summer, you will find me yelling, screaming, and bitching about the same thing. This is bullshit. These are preventable deaths. I can't help but wonder. Look right underneath it. Hot car. I can't help but wonder, are some of these intentional? It just makes no sense to me. I can't stand it. Fun fact, Teslas, even if they're turned off, the car in the inside temperature will not go over 85 degrees to try to prevent that. Murder charge filed against mom who intentionally left toddler in the car on a 95 degree day. And then parents arrested after leaving 1-year-old daughter to die in a hot car. Stepdad pleads guilty to fatally shooting an 8-year-old boy while trying to look cool. Court case happening about a toddler getting dropped from a balcony. Be on the lookout. Silver alert issued for missing Michigan girl. We'll end with that. I'll go. Well, if I click on it, we won't see her picture. I don't know why Crime Online does that. It's bullshit, because it's important to see the picture with the information, but Oh, no. Oh, Chicago man charged in death of 9-year-old boy. You don't say. That happened. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of this shit happening all the time like this. What the hell? But I don't know where my Crime Online page went, but you guys, you get my point. Let me look up the hot car thing because that pisses me off. How many hot car deaths this year? Probably at least 2 every week of the summer. I don't know. $2025. Since 1990, at least 1,154 have died in hot cars and another 75 survived with varying degrees of injury. Here we go, July 1st. Look at this article that came out July 1st. What the hell kind of bug is that on my freaking screen? Dude, that is one creepy looking bug. Okay. 5 children die in hot cars over 8 days. I don't know why we got to. Okay, there. Wouldn't let me scroll. As advocates join families to demand action, 5 children in 8 days. This is back on July 1st. Okay. On average, 38 each year, 1 every 9 days. Or if you take it down to just the summertime, because they tend to happen in the summer, think about how many that is. How many weeks in the summer? Let's say 12. If there's 12, that's 3 every week. 3 every week. 5 children, at least 5 in the past 8 days. The most recent victim, a 1-year-old in Bakersfield, California, who passed away Sunday, despite readily available prevention technology. On average, 38 each year, 1 every 9 days, or like I said, in the summertime, that's 3 a week. If you say there's 12 weeks in the summer, and that leaves an additional 3, for at other times. The recent string of tragedies included a 3-month-old in Texas, a 4-year-old in Brownsville, Texas, a 5-year-old in Ohio, and a 4-year-old in Georgia. I'm sorry, but this is bullshit. And let's see. One more search and I'm going to let you guys go, but we're going to get back to it. I want to start chatting with you, trying to come on every day for at least the weekdays. 13 days ago, Christian school teacher arrested on child sex crimes. Virginia Christian school teacher Caitlin Campbell was arrested on felony charges 4 days ago. A child school dean was charged with sex crimes against children. Parents say school failures a high school dean. 12 days ago in northern Colorado, a school counselor. 13 days ago, Brockton High School choir director arrested. 3 days ago in Woodbury, a teacher who wanted to hook up with a 13-year-old girl that was actually an undercover agent. 2 teachers back in March at a private Christian school. I mean, it's nonstop. Illinois teacher indicted on 52 charges in June. Conestoga High School teacher in May, 63 charges. Rowan County in March. The same Christian school teacher in Virginia. Married teacher accused of having sex 50 times with a 15-year-old student. Plymouth teacher charged with sexual assault 4 days ago. 2 days ago, a teacher with the Caribous County School District is under arrest facing charges of statutory sex offense of a child and indecent liberties with a minor. I mean, it's nonstop. It is absolutely sick. It really is. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for being here. Just wanted to make the point, hey, Angie, of how much this stuff happens. And yeah. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining the conversation. I've got to get out of it. Like, if I'm outside, the bugs are not around me like this. It's the damn light right in front of my face. I know, Mally. I saw that too. I wonder how much it happened years ago. I bet it was very underreported and covered up. That's a good question. But thank you for being here. I hope you guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, that's all. Might be on with Melissa tomorrow. If not, we'll probably talk about Stephen Stern's parents and stuff with him, because there's some new stuff I wanted to talk about. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon. Hey, Patricia. Good night, Audrey. Night, Coffee. Good night, you guys. Bye, Johnny. Very calm. Sorry. Bye. Oh, outro video. There we go. There it is. Okay. Bye, Bushy. 1, 2, 3, go.